Alright, welcome back everybody. Blip. So what's happening there? Alright, so yeah. Today we're gonna be back in the morning drawings. Sorry, yesterday I had yesterday night I actually wanted to do some stuff with my friends. And that was a blast, I'll tell you that. Holy shit. It is so fucking ridiculous when you are trying to do something and then, you realize like, oh well, that just happened. And the most funny thing with it was that the game modes that we played were so fucking funny. We even played a game that is out of 2006 and still works online. I'm actually I'm actually quite impressed that that is actually working so long. So now that we have done that, we're gonna add some color to this. Well, today we're gonna be putting some color into the drawing to see how it's gonna be working out later. So we want to go for, I don't know, we want to go for charcoal red. So we want to have a charcoal experience. So I think this one is the best one for it, right? Let's see. We want this one, yeah, and then we want to go for like this approach. Let's see. That is charcoal red. That's charcoal black, but or red. That's red. We want to light it up a little bit, like this, right? Yes, awesome. That's some cool looking effect. I like it. So we're gonna work with this color then. And hopefully, once that is done, like this, and then we can see like what we want to add it, or what we want to add to it. So let's me grab some. Yeah, there you go. So first we want to have a base color, which is this one, and then we're gonna add some more light, not light. Put some better color to it. This actually looks quite cool. I must admit, it is actually quite looking. This color actually gives a cool looking effect to it already, without even doing anything, not even doing shadings or like that. So yeah. Also, I changed the tag of the videos. I believe so. Yeah, to creative. I think. Well, I think that is the one that I use now. I don't know which one it was, but it was one of those. It was that thing that has to do with drawing. I think show how and learn how, and then the other one. But I think that is indeed a thing. After all, this is a step by step. It's not a tutorial, but it's a step by step of learning how to do things and how to get things done. So how to get the effects done is just watching me grabbing the tool, looking at how I'm drawing it, and how the effects are working. Oh, look at that. Actually, it works. It actually works. Huh. Cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's fucking flabberlicious. I really like how this is actually going on. And how this is actually working. Like you see these big giant lines and they're all gone once, I'm using the color. Of course, I'm just drawing over it. I just didn't do the actual color yet, but I want to first have this approach to it, and I want to see like what the end result of this is and how this is gonna be looking. So if this color actually looks nice, I will then implement a second color. Yes, I will implement a second color to it, and then we have like this secondary color that works. So we have red, and then once we're done with the red, we of course want to go for like lighter red in certain kind of cases, so that we have this correct skin approach. So how does this color suit the drawing? It suits as black. Awesome. That's awesome. Well, not as black, but it suits as this red shade. Yeah. So the color does work. Alright, that's good to know. Now the main thing I need to do is fix the amount of stuff that we have left behind here. So we don't wanna. Since that we actually use a very dark red, I think the best option right now is to get from point A to point B, so we should get a lighter red down the line, do the right a lighter red first on the tips, and then work our way up to the well, you know, different colors. Or we could do first a different color, or we could do first the line and then the different colors. That would also work, right? Yes, it would. Because I know that because of the Marvel project actually works like that as well. So yeah, because the blend tool is that like that, so we can actually add some colors to it. So this is the darker red, if I'm correct. Yes, this is darker red, so we should go for a little bit less darkened version of red. But first, we need to get rid of these drawing lines, or well, coloring lines that, you know, well, they are good, but I need to get rid of them because of the amount of stuff that is in the way. Of course, we don't want to ruin everything, so we need to do this zoomed in so that we are precisely noticing where to strike. Oh, exactly noticing where to strike is quite important. Of course, I'm gonna leave, you know, the color right here so that I can pick it up again if I ever need it, or whenever I forget or switch the color because I'm working on a Morpha project. So yeah, it's important. So yeah, let's see. Alright, cool. Now we can get over here and then put that there, and put that there. Put that there. Right. And done on that part. Now we can put this part up to business. Awesome. And right over here. Nice. So yeah, most of these things are quite impressive. It's just, you know, I need to make sure that I have everything done correctly. Like for instance, the red is indeed a very powerful color to use, and we need to make sure that we are not, aligning it too much. It does already create this cool effect on it. Even though, we're only starting on the first color and then we are going to be going for 1 and then 2 and then 3, that kind of approach. But yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Let's see. So now we're here. We've completed that. We need to go over here. Alright, cool. So, let's see. That will work. Awesome. So yeah, most of the coloring is just, getting exactly where I want to be with the line, so that we can then finally start on the second color. And then once the second color is done, we can do the third color, and then, we have the whole damn thing done. So that's the idea. And we can then see, like, what do we want to add to it, or what do we want to give it more. So that's the idea, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give him this kind of red dark skin. And then we're gonna add some stuff to it. So this is the skin, and then we're gonna add this charcoal black to it later on. We first want to have the skin done so that we can then add, systematically, like charcoal could. Systematically, we want to add it. So, yeah. Let's see this. That's indeed the place I need to be. Yes, that works. And then I need to add here, and then now we need to remove here a little bit. It's not that this part is not that important, especially if we are adding stuff sooner or later up to it. So yeah, there you go, lovely. All right, cool. Now we're gonna add some new colors to it. So we're gonna add a lighter color to it, lighter red. So what kind of red do we want to add to it? Well, we want to have like a reddish red, right? A reddish red? Yes. A cool looking reddish red. That would be awesome. Look at that. That already creates cool feelings to it. As you can see, it already lights up. That's the idea of it. So we can go for this kind of pattern, and you can already see what the effect is on it. It creates this. Okay, full success. So yeah, the amount of color that is happening, it is actually quite magnificent. Also, this effect is actually quite cool. I must admit it myself. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. This is what I want from skills, This cool looking red that is on the skills. Look at that. That looks fucking amazing. And yes, that's the effect that we wanted to create, and we did it by, persisting. We could not see it before because, that's where color comes in. Alright, that's where color comes in. We cannot see stuff. Some stuff we cannot see because sometimes it's the color that causes the effect, not the texture. But this one actually is created by the texture itself. So the shimmering effect of skills is created by the creation of, well, the darker and lighter parts of the drawing. And because I did that pretty damn consistent, the effect is actually always there, regardless of what we are doing. Of course, we need to remove certain points of it because, well, we still need to add some stuff to it. So, for instance, here, as you can see, we have too much light parts, so we need to remove certain things, but we cannot do that with this gum. We actually need to have the fading one. So first things first, we need to add some beautiful, lineup color. So these are the basic colors that we're going to be using. Also, this creates the shaping of the tentacles, which is quite amazing myself. And if we are now looking at this drawing, for instance, we can already see that we can already see that this is actually quite way better before. So we can already see like, oh well, that looks cool. Now, could you imagine that also happening in the skin itself? Then you have this whole editing part of all the stuff that there is. And because there is all this stuff going on that creates this effect, I can then add more stuff to it. That's the idea. So yeah, once we're done with this, we're gonna add the skin of the cup. We're gonna add the skin of this beautiful cup. We're gonna add this skin over here, so that we have the transition between the skin and the tentacles, and therefore we are, well, quite good. But first we need to actually oh wait, I need to get the hard removal and then do the small removal. Alright, fine, I don't mind. It's just a little bit difficult because I did the drawing really quickly. I have like these big chunks of chunkus, and we want to get rid of the chunkus. They are not good for us. So yeah, it's quite cool that these effects, they exist because of the texture that is inside of the drawing that we did. And that creates the effect, that creates the feeling, and that's also why, since that we are creating this effect, we also need to make sure that this effect is consistent, and so yeah, this effect will be also implemented in the skin because of it. And because of that, the whole damn drawing will actually look quite detailed. Even though this might be just texturing, but it does create a cool effect of shimmering skills. And that's the effect I actually want. That's actually the effect I was hoping to get. Which Somehow I succeeded in it, and therefore, you know, it works. And because it works, it's amazing. Of course, you know, the whole drawing is not complete, because it still looks odd, because there are certain things missing from the drawing, and therefore we need to make sure that we have this therefore we need to make sure that we have the whole damn stuff done. So yeah, we are needing to do that. If we do that, then, you know, things will get better. And to do such a thing, we need to actually get stuff done. Let's see, we need this. I'm just looking for the very orange outlines that we need to fix. I know once the outlines are done, we can then, you know, add some better or then we can actually use the fading brush, the fading eraser to get rid of the overdone highlights. This is not even highlighting, this is actually just, you know, drawing a second color up on top of it. And that is not that difficult, I'll tell you that. Alright. Now we need to have actually this, which is amazing. So where do we don't want this? Well, we don't want to have it like here. We don't want to have it like here. So again here, draw it over here. And then, you know, we add let's see, we want it not over here. And then we want it over here not, and then we want it not over here. And this part here, right here, yes. Alright. Not over here. You can already see that the effect is coming into place. Of course, you know, the effect is there, but we still need to make sure that, you know, all this stuff is done properly. So we need to now get then the shading part done, because the line... Oh, do we need to do that? No, we don't. The lines are not visible that much. Yeah, the lines are not that visible. Alright, so now we need to have a third layer upon of this, and that is going to be the highlights of orange. So we want orange. We actually want to have the tips orange, so we want to have like orange tips. So how to do that? Well, we're going to draw orange tips. And that is a thing that can be happening quite easily. Orange tips. There you go, orange tips. And the same thing as in the feathers, we can just, you know, go and deal with the problem. I mean, obviously it is a problem that is easily solved. Quite easily, actually. There you go. Did we do them all? Yes, we did. Alright, now we're gonna go for the blending tool, and we're gonna lower it down, and then this will create the heat up cool looking effect, which we are gonna add. Of course, we're gonna add some more color to it, so we need to have orange and then we need to have a yellow as well, because only orange won't work. Yeah, now it is heating up. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Now it feels like a hot iron. Alright. Now I need to get rid of that cool looking, you know, not that, but this part over here. We need to get rid of all that double color. As you can see, it's quite pretty. So yeah, after this, you know, we are gonna go for the last approach, which is gonna be the last color. That is gonna be orange. Well, not orange. I mean, not orange. I mean the well, yellow. Because every single thing that needs to be heating up needs also have an endpoint, which is the hottest. So you know, that is why we're gonna go for that. Alright. Now we need to have the last bit. So we're gonna add one more color to it, and we're gonna say that it is gonna be yellow. So yellow a bit. Alright. This only needs to be implementing in a little bit here. And we don't need the blending tool, we need to actually have the brush tool. There you go. So it's only gonna be this part over here. A little bit less right over there, yes. We don't need to have like a big tip. We just need a little bit of a tip. There you go. Now we're gonna add the blend tool to it. Alright. Come on. So now this should be working. And we forgot to put that right there. let's see, we want it right there. Yeah. Now we need this. This is the other one. Right. Yes. Alright. Alright. That looks good. Alright, that looks good. Now we need to have now we have that. We now need some skin to it. Alright. So now we need to have a different brush. Which one is it? No. Adjust pixel engine, no. Water texture, no. Water fridge, no. Basic. That one? No. We need to have like a rainbow, different point of colors. No. No, that's bubbly. That's normal water texture map, no. Need something that works. Water spread, no. Water paint, no. That's bubbly. That's too bubbly. That. A wet paint. I believe that's the one that we need. We need to have... Now we need to have this, put this on a different layer. So we have this layer right here. So we need to add that on this layer. And we need to go to properties. No. We need to be on layer style, yes. A granite overlay, yes. So not a color overlay, a granite overlay. Yes, this one. Thank you. Okay, so if we now draw on this drawing, it should be working, right? If I'm drawing, it should cause an effect. Come on. No, come on. I said you need to be on the property layer style. I set a granite overlay. I need to have fully capacity. Yes. Tell me, where does it begin? That's transparency. That doesn't work. What does that do? That is a good one. Can we edit one? Can we add a new one? Yes, we can add a new one. All right, we wanna go for red to light green, and then the color is gonna be like this. Yes. All right, so we have red to green. So if we have this, now is the question like, all right, cool. So if we have red to green, when does it happen? When does this happen? All right, so it's like this. So we have green. All right. So if I now go to yellow. It should be working, right? Yes, it works. But if we now add a different color to it, then only that effect works. Well, then we're gonna go to layer style again. Alright, I can do this. I can do this. I have fully skill in me. And we want to not go for that. We want to go for like this. Uh-huh. That's the red. Where's the grenades shadowing? No. Color overlay, Senatant, inner glow, no. Pattern overlay, no. Stroke overlay, no. No. A green, oh, alright. No. We want to have a stroke overlay, grenade, and we want to go for the one that we're going to add. This one. So this is the thing that I want. Yes! Ah, thank you. Alright, cool. So that's a stroke. That's a stroke overlay. Well, yes. That's the thing I want. So every single time I make the drawing, this happens. Yes. So every single time I draw now, this happens. Alright, so it'll create this effect. So now I need to remove all of it. So what will happen if I now do it? Alright, so if I now draw over this, will it happen? Yes, it will happen, but that will work. I need to save. Come on, save. 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 Thank you. The main issue that I'm always having is like, I want this effect that happens, but apparently this doesn't work. So I have this, and I wanna have like tiny little strokes. I wanna have like this. This is of course, not fully done. Alright. Layer style, stroke, pixels, pixels, come on. Alright, that doesn't work. Inside position? Why does that not work? Why does that not work? Why does that not work? So this doesn't work, which is stupid. Because if I now draw a line, I only have this effect. And what I actually want is... Alright, layer style. If I now add the granite stroke to it, yes, that's the effect I want. So if I remove the stroke effect, that only creates this effect. So I need both. Do I need both? I need both. Alright, I need both. Alright, cool. Now we need to actually get that effect up and running. We want to have green. We actually want to have full yellow. So if we now add this and then put a little size on it, like 2 or 1. No, that's too little. Come on. Oop. 3. Skull needs to be removed for this. So if I have like this effect, would that work? Would that work? Would this give me the edge that I want? Does this create the effect that I want? Does this create the effect that I want? Of course, this is terrible. It does do its job, although you know I need to get rid of it again and then get a better color in. So we want to have a dark. We want to have like a orange effect, probably. A little bit more orange, a little bit more yellow. That will work. And if we now add charcoal effect to it, so if we're gonna go for black, would that work? That won't. Huh. Why does that not work? Why does that not work? Why does that not work? Because of the strokes, I assume? Yes, because of the strokes. So the only colors I can draw now is yellow, right? Yellow, red. Yes, yellow, red. Alright. So if we remove the effect that we had before, which is the... Come on, not possibility. I want properties. I need this gone and this gone. Just, you know, this gone. And I want to draw white. I can do that now. Alright. So if we want to draw dark, we actually want to draw dark, and we want to draw like, you know, these big chunks of... Oh, because I'm using the wrong color. But jeez Louise. Alright, so does that work? Yes, that does work. Alright, cool. Why does this then... right, that works like that. Alright. So this works, but I need to have a different color to it. I need a different brown. I need a different red. No. 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 What if we're gonna go for brown? Like this. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it won't work. If we're gonna go for light, that does work. Let's see. So we want to have like a rainbow effect upon it. That's the idea. So how the fuck do I do that? Come on. I can do this. This is just, you know, really good. Baffle or emboss, inner glow, blending styles. Drop shadow, inner shadow, glow, outer glow, contour and texture. Texture. Contour. No. Texture. Let's go for this. What the hell? Alright, that's cool. That's a cool effect. Alright. So, layer style, baffle and texture, and I want to have like a different texture to this. I want rock. I want cracked. Yes, cracked. Awesome. So I want cracked. I need to have like a big crack then. Yes, cracked. Alright. That does create the effect. Nice. Now I need to have layer style, color overlay. No, not multiply. Granite overlay. Yes. And then I want to have this kind of style want. And I want to have like on the stroke itself, I want also that. So I have now this. Wait, I have not this effect. Yes! Oh, finally I did it. Jeez Louise, I did it. That took me way too long. That creates the rock effect. Nice. That does create the rock effect. Awesome. That creates the rock effect on this drawing. Alright. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. That means I now can draw on this and be like, yeah, rock, 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 yeah. Since when does this create this kind of rock effect? I don't know. Don't want to know. Don't want to know about it. The only thing I know is that this is the how I'm going to be doing the rock thing. The funny thing is actually all this is made by the texture that I'm putting on top. So because as you can see, it's because of the multiple textures I'm using. Alright, cool. So we have this rock effect now. That's nice. Because this is what it looks like from the other side, so it's quite funny that and then I need to draw cracks on it. Oh, that's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna be drawing cracks. Of course, you know. It's funny how this is actually working. Because apparently I did an invert upon colors. That makes this an invert upon colors, which it creates this effect. So this creates this black and white effect upon the strokes. Even though, you know, I'm using actually colors. So I'm using an overflow of colors, therefore, you know, the effect actually changes up things to black and white because it cannot implement the colors. Because it cannot implement the colors, it creates this black and white effect. And the black and white effect I'm actually using to create the representation on rock. Yeah, actually, it does. It's quite cool that such effects can actually happen. Now, of course, I need to make sure that these rocks need to be cracked, and then after that, I can then finally implement that into a drawing. So this effect is only there to get myself the effect upon what I want, like this. That's actually quite cool. So yeah, now I need to get the erasing tool done, small, and then get, you know, get the textures out of it. So because I'm using the eraser tool, the texture will actually also get erased. Therefore, you know, all this stuff will eventually die down. And then after that, I then need to get, you know, get appropriate colors done. I believe if I press this color, I will get the right color, right? I will get this grayish. Yes, yes, indeed. Awesome. So it is not a the problem does not the problem is gone, so it would not overload the PC. All right, cool. Thank you so much. So now the only thing I need to do is making it into a rock kind of texture, and then I will have everything done. It's quite funny that the texture actually moves away the more I erase. So the whole damn thing actually changes the pattern. So the only thing I then need to do to get a stable pattern or stable texture is actually to redo it again. And then without the you know, the texture, because this actually creates quite cool effects. It creates this cracked skin that, you know, is shown. That's the idea I wanted. I want to have this charcoal black skin, this awesome skin that I want. I want it to be on the I want it to be there on it. So yeah. It's like this obsidian black skin that is like everywhere. Of course, you know, it needs to be touched, and it creates this cool looking effect sometimes. Like that there is obsidian in it. It's a cracked skin of doom. Oh yeah, baby. Cracked skin of doom, and all thanks to overloading the colors. So yeah, this does create the effect that is actually quite cool. But I need to make sure that I put it in my style, otherwise it won't work. Because this is apparently a little bit too hyper-realistic on the cracked skin. It does create a cool effect though, I'll tell you that, but I need to implement it into my style, so I need to get rid of some of it. Or well, at least put some better shading on it. And I cannot do that on this layer. I cannot do that on that layer indeed. So yeah, I need to get rid of it. I'm just adding the stuff and then I am gonna be redrawing it myself. Otherwise it won't work. And this looks really, really cool though, but I need to add it into my own style. Because otherwise it's like, you know, you have two different styles and you don't want to have two different styles in one drawing. That looks off. But yeah, it does create the effect that I want, like, you know, these rocks that need to be on the tentacles itself. So yeah, the cracked skin. Of course the cracked skin is not there, but I hope you get the point here. And because I need to do the cracked skin on a different layer, that will make, you know, this a little bit easier. It's quite funny how, you know, using the erasing tool actually helps you create more molten skin. Or rock, obsidian black skin tone. Yeah, it does create the obsidian effect. I think I will use the coloration that I'm having here, but yeah, I need to get into my own rock kind of effect. And I know exactly which kind of because I already did it once, I am not afraid of using it again. So yeah, thankfully I have like a pre not a pre-setting, but a pre-look of it, so I can, you know, just look at that and then we'll be fine. So yeah, this is all negative and positive, and yeah, that needs to be not there. But I will use it. I will definitely use it soon. I need to just get some stuff started, and then everything will be fine. Though it does create a cool effect. It does do. It does diddly do it. There you go. Shred that up. Shred it up. Because we don't want to have big giant puddles of this. We actually want to have like tiny bits. Alright. Alright, cool. Now that we've done that, we can now finally get ourselves some nice ass stuff on this. So yeah, this is the effect I want. It's not the desired drawing. It's not the desired thing. It's just texture. So it's all a little bit. It's a little bit too hypo realistic, if I may say so myself. Yeah, that's too hyper realistic. And we don't have that. We have my style. So I need to add my own style to it. Which I can do. No worries about that. So, if we want to cancel out the rest, we can see like, you can see like this is the drawing I did. This is drawing with it. So, we need to take this and then put a different layer on, put a different group up on top of it, so that we can, so that we can see. And then we're gonna make this group a new group. And now we need to make sure that we have so because this takes like a lot of graphic capabilities, if I may say so myself. Yeah, it does. Alright. Well, first things first, we need to erase the amount of stuff that I did here. And now we need to add my own layer texture to it. So we need to silence this bad boy to lesser capabilities so that we can just overdraw it again. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough call, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Alright, I can do this. How much time do I have? Oh, 1 hour left. Alright, that's good enough. Alright, here we go. First things first, we need to get the desired requirement that we need. Which one is that? Well, it is the non-colored version of the boat project. Because if we're using that to represent, I need a certain type of rock. Right over here, I need these rocks. All right, this is how I drew the rocks. So we're gonna implement that as well. We're gonna implement these types of rocks to our possession. So now, to keep that in mind, we're gonna now work on this. First things first, we need to switch back to the old-fashioned inks. We need to get to pure dark. We need to get rid of the big giant drawing lines. So sorry, mate, but no, that's not the one. Which one is it? It's this one. It's this one. No, it is not. It's this one. No. This one? Yes. Alright, so it's in this. It's in this line. This line then. No, not that one. That one. Yeah, that one. Alright, cool. So we have these lines that we need to add. Alright, good. Alright, let's get on, shall we? So we wanted to have the obsidian skin, but we don't want to cause the effect to be there too much. So we need this bad boy to be a little bit more lighten up so I can see stuff. Almost. There you go. Now I can see exactly what I need to draw. So now we can go here and then draw over it. Don't you worry about anything here. I'm just trying to get, the drawing to look better. Alright. This is a lot of precise work, but it will pay off in the end. Trust me upon this. The main issue here is that we cannot allow this texture to be there because of the art style that works around it, and because the art style is not my art style, it means that if I would finish off this drawing, it will look very strange when you see like this hyper quality and then you switch back to that. So that doesn't work. It is a very interesting idea, and it's a very interesting concept that I was able to get to that kind of hyper realistic molten skin, which I'm quite surprised and I'm quite proud of that I'm able to do that. Though it's not on the right timing, it's not on the right parts, it's not on the it's on the right parts, but it's not on the right style that I have. And because I have a different style, it means that my drawing needs to be on the same style. If it's not on the same style, then the drawing won't work because the drawing looks then off. And because the drawing then looks off, it means that a lot of stuff will be either not be able to draw, or well, that's why we have the boat project. The boat project actually creates a very interesting concept, because I'm having here that I drew this from realistic rocks. Here you go. This is realistic rocks. I just drew over it, and that's what I'm going to be doing here as well. I'm just drawing over this quality of stuff, and then add my own texture to it, which of course creates the effect that we want. We want to have this molten skin kind of look, but we don't want to have the hyper realistic approach on it. We want to have the texture of it, we don't want to have the hyper realistic look, and so we don't want that. And since that we don't want that, we actually need to work around with it. How do we do that? Well, we have all these lovely rocks that we are going to use, that we're going to be overdrawing. So we have all these lovely rocks that we're going to be using. So I'm just now only drawing the outlines of it, and then after that we're going to be adding the color of it. We added this hyper realistic look, but we just don't want this. We don't want this. I didn't choose this. I didn't want this. But here it is. Hyper-realistic look of rocks. Or well, molten skin. And we don't want that because it does look very strange if we add that to our own style itself. So we need to add my own style. So we're gonna use this. Boop boop. So yeah. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just add our own style to it. Of course, this has some downsides to it. It's a shame, but the you know, the progress that we made with, you know, the texture. We learned a lot about it. That's important. That, you know, adding multiple textures upon textures, it causes a lot of trouble. Like, you know, with the effect that we made on the layer, the FX layer. The special effect that we made from it was actually, you know, an error. And with the error, we overdid color so that everything turned black into black and white, but the texture of it also was in color, so that turned also in negative. So we actually did a reverse negative upon the texture that we drew by, you know, just simple strokes, line strokes. And, you know, that we want to, yeah, now we're gonna use that to create the rocks. Even though, you know, it might not look like rocks right now, it will look like rocks once I'm done. Because, you know, I'm using semi-realistic textures for that. I'm using that by hand stroking, by using the hand strokes itself, but it will look good. Trust me upon that. I did it with a lot of rocks, and these rocks have already shading because you can see it already in the how do you say, lighting and shading they already have in the texture that we drew, and so, you know, we can just implement that as well in the texture that we're gonna draw. We're gonna implement some shading into it. Of course, you know, it's not a lot of it's a lot of busy work, but oh man, it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. Because if you can see like this, and then I will open the other one version of it, you can see like if we add color to this drawing, it will instantly change everything. So boom, there it is. You can already see that this looks very good. You know, that's how it's gonna be. That's how we're gonna be making it in total. By just adding some colors, a lot of stuff will eventually, you know, become really nice on the look of it. And so, you know, that's the idea. And I'm quite amazed how we actually pulled this one off. Especially the bugged, well, not bugged, overdone, the how to break a Bloody Damn program by using too much colors while turning it into negative. Create this effect. And you can already see like, oh, yeah, you can already see that, you know, the effects are quite cool. So yeah, want that as well. We also want to have the tiny bits, because those tiny bits are also important to create a cool texture. So yeah, this might not look like a lot now, but it will look in the end, it will look like a really lot. Just, you know, it just takes time. Right? There you go. And then I need to then lower down the size of my brush, right? Yeah, I need to lower down my size of my brush once I'm done with the outlines. Alright, cool. Cool. I got this. No need to worry about anything. If anything teaches me that, I don't need to worry about anything here. So yeah, we don't want this hyper-realistic look. Pfft. No need that. That doesn't fit my drawing style. It does look amazing though, especially if you zoom it out. Ooh boy. This is what happens when you experiment. A lot of stuff actually, you know, gets there. This is why I'm actually doing the morning most of the times. It's like, oh well, this is different than the Malfa project. Yeah, it's like a total different experience. It's like not a lot of basic stuff. It's more like, I want to do this, and then I'll have this crazy idea How do I get to it? Well, just experiment with it and then, you find your way. You just need to be making sure that you are doing a lot of stuff later on. But yeah, it's quite cool that this is happening right now. It's quite amazing. In the end, all of this stuff is just gonna be me drawing and then getting things done. I just wanted to create my, character that I created 5 years ago. And, 5 or 10 years, I have no idea which time it was, but I have it like right there, near me. And I just wanted to create this cool looking effect on it. I wanted to have this molten skin, this charcoal black skin on it. And, well, all these, all that I need to do is, create it. But to create it, I need to make sure that, a lot of stuff needs to be done. And yeah, that stuff that needs to be done correctly. And to do that, I of course need a lot of, work. There's no easy saying about this. It needs a lot of work. And then once this is done, I can then put the other one, the molten skin, on silence once, I'm fully done with this one. That will save a lot of gigabytes, right? Yeah, because that was immediately it went from 1.8 to 2.1. Oh, dang it. That's a lot of stuff. Anyway, so to create this effect, we need to make sure that we have all the, bits drawn over it. So yeah, let's see here and then, yeah. Alright, now we're gonna follow up with the other one that we have, which is over here. Yes, this is like a lot of work, but I guess, work is work. Regardless of how much it is still work. And I like my work. I really like it. And this work is my favorite kind of work. Especially if you have nothing else to do for today. It's like, well, why don't you do drawing? Well, here you go. Drawing it is. It's not like I'm complaining anything. I'm actually quite happy right now. It's like, look how much how much progress I made. Look how much stuff I did. And all that thanks to one simple experiment, and that created this effect. I would have never achieved this by, looking up an image. No, if I would have used an image to create molten skin, I think it would have worked less good, because the effect that would be created would have been lessened and less realistic. Since that we are going for semi-realistic, it's different. So if I'm then going for a too toony kind of style of molten skin, it wouldn't work quite properly. And that's the main issue. So I'm very happy how far I got and how much I already how much already is there done. So yeah, a lot of stuff is just, figuring things out, getting things to do, and then, eventually, everything will be fine. We created this effect and we are gonna just, use it. All of this is just handmade anyway. So I should not be that scared of, seeing all of this happening and then, be like, oh no, what could I ever do now? But by the looks of it, it already looks beautiful, truly. But once this is all done, once this whole realistic, these realistic rocks are gone, and then, we exchange them for the other ones, things look even way better because that's how it works. That's how the skin works. That's how the drawing works. Because of the hyper-realistic, well, not because of the hyper-realistic downside of this drawing, because of the skin, that looks awesome already. Oh, it's such a shame I cannot use it. Nah. But yeah, it's a drawing. It's a thing that I need to learn. Learning what and how I need to do things and what happened. Like, I could also just, start all over again and be like, oh no, I did not even make it to my thing that I wanted. But no, that is that's how you. That's not how you work progressively. If you draw and you figure out like, oh no, I make a mistake and I cannot use this, well, you always can use it. You just have to improve it, make it into your own style, and then you implement it. Like for instance, the molten skin problem is that because it's too high resolution of drawing considered to, I could amp up the high realistic part of the drawing, or I could lower it a little bit down. Of course, lowering it a little bit down, of course, impacts the quality, but this does not impact the quality. This actually is the way to do things, because I'm actually using a different kind of, way of getting textures there. It's just, it's just a little bit different than, the rest. I did this also with, the rocks I drew in the boat project. I just used, a picture of a photo, and then, once I did the picture of the photo, I just drew over it, and then implement my own texture to it, and use the shading of the color of the rocks of the picture to get that shading already into the drawing. So yeah, of course, that is also going to be the case here, but the main downside of this thing is that, wait a minute, hold on, come on, give me full strength. That's doable. That's doable. Alright, thanks. Thank you so much, my friend. Alright. Cool. So yes, so this is going downwards with the, let's see. So yeah, this is the other one. This is the other one here. And then you have like this big chunk right here, and then you have another chunk right here. So yeah, it is quite impressive how much stuff I actually got done right now. It's like boom, instantly. Because what was this? How much took this quality of rocks? Well, I think the texture cost me 3 or 4 minutes before I was done. Yeah, probably. So actually, it was quite a good achievement. So yeah, we need to get the rocks into the right position. Get some stuff here done. Of course, all these rocks need to be getting their own. Yeah, I need to get the texture. I need to get the. So this is the outlines, and once the outlines, well, outlines are different than the normal lines. So yeah, we should get the after the outline's done, we should directly add the texture to it, which causes all the shading parts of it. Oh boy, how long is it already? 20 minutes already. Jeez. I'm just did not look, and then boom, instantly 20 minutes again added up. Ugh. I hate time. It is always so quick when I want to do something great. Ah, oh well, you know, it's always lovely to, get everything as it should be. Well, I should be proud of myself that I already got it this far. And that's the funny thing. The Mofa project is like, oh no, I already drew these feathers and I need to draw more feathers. I need to draw more feathers. Yes, because it's already a finished project. I just need to color things in. This, however, is just, it's not even finished. It's not even finished. So yeah, it's, I'm just working on the hat. I'm not even working on the body or on the armor or anything else like that. No, I'm just working on the hat, and that is already a thing. And I need to make sure that, the quality of, the sculpting part needs to be done. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm just need to get everything done as properly. So yeah. Of course, all of this work will not be for nothing. Why? Because I actually learned stuff. I learned, for instance, that this drawing, for instance, gave me like oh well, this is the first time I came with the error that for colors. Apparently, if you add two things together that don't work, you get errors. You can use the errors to create certain types of textures, like molten skin or rock, which I was quite impressed about. Like, wow, really? And that's the fun thing about it. You're never too old to learn anything. If you ever want to learn something, you just have to do it yourself, and then you figure out like, oh well, this is not working or that is not working. And if you have troubles, you ask an expert about it, and then he will tell you the same thing, from his experience, from his point of view. And then, you can compare it and then whatever you want to do with it then. But yeah, this is quite cool. We're actually in these rocks are a bit meh. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. A little bit meh is always good. A little bit meh. Just a tiny bit. There you go. Found that. Of course, we want to get cracked skin and cracked rock in it as well, so yeah. I think I need a walk after this. Holy shit. Well, I always need to do a walk after this because otherwise I will sit on my lazy ass all day. So, go me. The main problem is always that, my intestines are not like really good at sitting. That's the main problem. And because I actually did not do anything for like a year, everything went to a little bit of a hold, and I need to reactivate that, and that's why I do the walks. Normally, it's only 6 miles, so it's not that long. It's just a little bit longer than, a normal walk. It's like walking to the next village. Yeah, I did that actually back in the day when we went to visit Grandpa. He actually always lived in the village next to us, and you could go with the car or on the bike to him, but you could also walk. It's not a big problem, really. And that was actually a quite cool walk because you had like these big giant hills that you need to walk upwards and then downwards. That was actually most of the experience. But you could also walk the other way around, which then leads you to a big giant electric network cable thing. The thing where you have like high voltage running through. I don't know what you call it in English. I'm terrible at that. Just a big giant structure that leads electricity to the next place. So yeah, Probably it's called a conductor, I don't know. But it's a big one. So yeah, the amount of stuff I could see, like, you know, wildlife and all that stuff, yeah, that was there. There was even a deer farm on your way when you needed to walk. So there are different ways to get from point A to point B, and both ways were like the same amount of distances, which was quite amazing actually. And then, you know, that always happened. And then eventually we moved back into the old village where also Grandpa lived, and well, you know, we were easy to get to Grandpa, and well, you didn't need to walk anymore or need to go anywhere. We just moved to the other village just to get me and my little sister the, you know, school. So that's why. And once we were done with that school, we just went backwards because my father was like, "Nah, I just wanted to stay at my own hometown." And it's like, yeah, sure, because all of his friends lived there, and I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I only, you know, only regret, you know, not keeping in touch with some of my friends back there, but for the rest, I had a good life. I had a great place. I had a great stuff to do. Why is this like this? Oh well, can't complain. It's quite funny that this is actually not on the other not in the other tentacle. But yeah, this is actually quite relaxing. It's just, you know, drawing rocks. Come on, who doesn't like to draw rocks? I like to draw rocks. They really are special sometimes. Anyway, after, you know, we're done with the drawing rocks, we need to add the texture to it, and then, you know, we are able to get the color done. Of course, you know, this is all gonna be taking a long time indeed. The good thing is, though, that we know what color they need to be. So yeah, we can just add the color that we had from, you know, the rocks that we have here, and then add that to it. So now we can look at this. This is now how it looks. So instead of, you know, instead of this, instead of this, we're gonna have this, which already creates a more better feeling to it. So as you can see, this is already creating an effect that you know, it's not bad. It's not a bad effect indeed. So yeah, we're already, you know, reducing the amount of texture that there is on the drawing itself. Well, we're not reducing it actually. We're actually increasing it, but it's a little bit of progress that needs to be done later on. But yeah, this is all hand drawn. Even, you know, it's a little bit of wish-washing and a little bit of magic sometimes, but it gets stuff done, definitely. Sometimes the best textures that are drawn are by hand. You don't need any, you know, you don't need any stamps or something, because, you know, stamps can sometimes lead to problems. Like, for instance, if you want to have a texture and that texture doesn't work, or, you know, you erase certain parts, you know, the texture is gone on certain other parts, and then, you know, you're stuck with like, well, that didn't happen correctly, and that sucks. So let's see, we want that to be there, and then be like this, yes, and then go over here. There's another one. Like that, boom, baby. Alright, and we're almost done with it. Thankfully. I was almost worried. But yeah, we are gonna create the charcoal effect on it. The charcoal skin effect. And that will give us the cool look towards it. Of course, we're gonna keep. Of course, we're gonna keep the bugged texture because we actually need it for the rest of the skin as well. Because it's not only here that it's gonna be. Alright, it's not only here that we need that texture. We actually need the texture around the skin as well because it's a charcoal skin. It's not only on one part, it's on the whole part. That's gonna be a difficult challenge, but once we're done with this and we're gonna see like, oh well, this looks good or this looks bad, then we can say like, oh well, do we want more on it or do we don't want it on this part or do we want it on this part? Yes, no, definitely, maybe, depends, situational, you know, all that stuff. It's gonna be fine. Ugh, so much stuff to work around with. My feet are already getting tired of sitting, but you know, that happens. So, yeah, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm just gonna be doing this, and then, you know, hopefully, you know, once, you know, the 2-hour mark is done, I will be fine. It's quite lovely that, you know, all this stuff is just, you know, me drawing, getting things done, getting things into position, and then you realize like, oh well, it's just all the same thing all the time. But no, actually it's not. Because technically, we did a lot of things today. We invented a texture. Somehow, I have no idea how it happened, but yes, it happened. We invented a texture that we like. And it's gonna, well, I like it at least. I don't know if everybody else wants to like it, but yeah, it's quite cool. So yeah, the amount of stuff that we need to do to get things done, well, that's all depends on how much we want from it. So we want this big giant club. Well, yes, of course we want that. Of course we want all of this. We want, you know, we want to add the charcoal skin to it. And the only way to get the charcoal skin to it is adding the texture of it. And we know now how to get to it. We know now how to do it. Apparently by adding two textures, by adding two of the same textures with the same color to it, it turns into black and white in reverse. So it's turning into, how do you say that? Negative. Yes, negative. And that will create the effect that we wanted. So now we've done that. I need to look at the time. 33 minutes. All right, that's fine. All right, so we need 1.5, I guess. All right, we need 1.5. Yes, we do. All right, so now we're gonna add the texture. Am I gonna do this on a different layer? Yes, we're gonna do that because otherwise we're gonna ruin ourselves. All right, so wait, this doesn't work, right? Does it work like this? No, that doesn't work because that's too tiny. 2 maybe? Yes, that works. That works. Awesome. All right. Okay, let's see. So we have this. Yes, and then we're gonna add some more here. we're gonna take a look at this. How did I do that? I did that with strokes and go for big one strokes there. Alright. And this is how you create the effects. Just, casually following the lines, following the highlights, and then, add little strokes to the drawing. And then one by one, eventually, it gets to the point where, you see what's going on. And that makes it more better. So, like for instance here, we have like this big giant rock that we can, manipulate into drawing it in the correct way. And that's how we're gonna do it. So we have rock, and then, add some texture to the top side of it, and then boom, done. Same here. This is all darkened, and then we can add some texture over here to create it. Ooh, difficult one. Nice. I like difficult ones. And this is how you create this kind of effect that light is everywhere. This is what I meant by adding texture to it. So we draw the outlines, and now we can just add the texture towards the rocks, and we can change the line color, we can change the colors of the if we want to, but we don't need to because we have already the colors of the drawing if we want to later on. And you can do that quite quickly by selecting it, drawing over it. And you can already see like what's going on here. So yeah, a little bit of strokes already create an effect upon the rock, and then the more strokes you give on the rock, the more harsher, the more cracky it's gonna be looking, and then eventually you add up the amount of stuff that there is visible. Like, these rocks don't look like rocks. No, because we saw the hyper realistic rocks, and it's like, what the hell? And now these rocks look like the rocks that we're gonna use for the drawing, because they are they are looking like the rocks. They look like rocks that supposed to be in the drawing instead of rocks that rocks that don't look like it. It's a little bit hard to explain this one without using native language. Ugh. But yeah, it's quite magnificent how much stuff we did and how much stuff it's actually getting. So yeah, and then it's quite cool that that this is actually happening right now. Back in the day I realized like all the time like, oh no, it's rocks. How do I do rocks? And then you realize like, yes, rocks. And now this is like, oh well, that's rocks for you. Yeah. So yeah, rocks are quite cool. You just need to figure out how to do it and how to get to it. It's just tiny little strokes that I'm doing here to shade things up, and then add more rock cracky behavior on top of it, and then follow the lines of lighting to add on the points where it needs to be the rock texture. And then once we're gonna use the color, it will look the same because we use the amount of stuff that we saw and I use that to create the rock texture. Of course, we want to have this cracky feeling to it, and that's the idea of it. We don't want to have like, this hyper-realistic approach. We want to have the cracky feeling to it. We want to have, the poor man's rock. I don't know. It, because, it looks better. It looks better later on. Now it doesn't look better. Later it does. It's just, waiting game of, oh no, what are you doing? Why are you not using the realistic? Because it doesn't look quite well. It doesn't look quite well in total if I'm using that. And that's why we're doing it like this. We have no other option than, to create our texture myself, because the hyper-realistic texture does not work on, the drawing. So we need to reuse it and then, implement our own, because, that's how you need to do it. You have it's like a sketch. You use the sketch to create a full creation. And I don't mind it. I don't mind using the hyper-realistic texture to get to the texture that I want. Because, in the end it matters that the drawing will look better. If the drawing looks better than, with the hyper-realistic texture, then yes, then it is much better. Look at that. That looks awesome. Ooh, boy. Alright. Get it over here then. You can already see what's going on here. I don't like it. Look at that cracky feeling. I love that. I love that about this. I'm just creating a cracky feeling by just, drawing strokes and drawing the effects of the rocks upon it. So if we, for instance, now remove the whole drawing, you can see that this is happening. See? Yeah. Those look like rocks that I can use. Those look like rocks I can use. Alright, those are the rocks that I can use. They might not look right now like the rocks that I need, but they will eventually look like the rocks that I need. I just need to get, to a certain type of point. So, there's a lot of highlighting here, which we are, need to get rid of. Well, highlighting that we need to get things done. So, we have this. This is the drawing, and this is the highlight. So yeah, once we're done with, all the rocks that we draw, of course we're gonna add some stuff to it. Yeah, sure, we do that. But we also need to highlight stuff. And, these rocks are gonna take a long while before we are done with it, because holy shit, we need to do a lot of coloring and a lot of drawing. I think we're gonna be doing this for like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? I think 7. Yeah, 7 probably. Because of the amount of stuff I need to do, like highlighting, and shading and all that stuff. Well, shading is not a thing. The texture needs to be the texture that is added to the rock need to be more precise. So I need to, remove this look and then, add some more detail to the rocks so that, I can add my own, get my own highlights on top of it. Yeah. Oh, great, my head. Ah, lovely. Always on time. Always on time when I say that it's almost. Ugh. Even my head is like, no, please stop it already. We're almost. We have so much done today. But I say, screw you, head. I want to fix this. So yeah, it's a great day. Great job. Great looking texture already. Even though, we're not yet done the rock part of it. But yeah, we need to get this rocky feeling to it, and that is the idea what we're gonna go for. Alright. Oh hey, space junk. Rocks are quite cool, yeah. Indeed, they do. Look at this. Shalaboom, alright? This is what I have. So this is the problem I have. Behold. Boom, this is the problem I have. It's too hyper-realistic. I made it myself, the texture, by using introverts. By using a lot of problems with it. This is the... So yeah, it doesn't fit the drawing. So I am adding it. I am adding it. Editing it. So I can, get... Maybe I can go for this and then use this. Yes, I can do that, right? Yes. So yeah, I'm using the editing part to get to the point that I want. So yeah. This is what I want. This is not what I got. So yeah, I need to get the lovely lovely little texture done on top of it. So yeah, I'm working on this. How lovely. So hyper-realistic textures created need to be fixy. Oh yeah. By using the power of rock. Yeah. So yeah, the amount of stuff I did, it's really a lot. I was not expecting that I was be able to, got so far already in 2 hours. It's like, huh. But yeah, apparently it is possible, just casually possible to get from point A to point B in one go. Well, at least, it was a problem that I created, so, problems that are created and then fixed by myself, I guess, that's a pat on the back, like, yeah, problem solver Johan, the best of all. I'm a true and legendary dude of dudeness. I'm the dudes of dudeness. I'm Bro Brickstone also. The legendary owner of Zap Demon. Yeah. Nah, joking. Bro Brickstone is my alter ego. Nah, that sounds more better. That sounds much more better. But yeah, it's so much work. But I'll get to it. Eventually, all of this will just add up into a nice, cool looking drawing. Making your old drawings looking like, there is no tomorrow. This makes my old drawings look like shit. This is amazing. What? My old drawings look terrible compared to this one? No way. Yes way. And the funny thing is, I know exactly what I did on this one. Because I recorded everything. Including my own voice. So yeah, that's the main smart move. Plot move, smart move, yeah, smart move. The big brain move. You record your drawings, and therefore you know what you did wrong. And nobody can tell you otherwise, because you know exactly what you did wrong, and you can find out what you did wrong if you are forgetting it. Like, I normally do. Like, I discovered this, and then the next time I encounter it, it's like, how did I fix this? And then, you need to look back on your drawing like, how did I do it again? So yeah, recording it and then, be able to fix it yourself by, watching yourself is actually a smart move. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm fucking happy that I'm getting so far. And I know that it's almost time, I think. Right? 50 minutes, blah. Blech. Ugh. Alright, fine, save. Alright. So I know exactly what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow. tomorrow morning. Jeez. Fixing rocks. It's gonna be a rocktastic experience. Yeah, indeed. Let's go for rock jokes now. I'm gonna be rocking this. Oh, oh, oh. That's silly. That's just silly talk. I love it. All right. Anyway, yeah. So this is how far I got today, and I'm happy how far I got, and I'm very happy upon the progress I made. Of course, you know, this is not a big picture. This is not the real picture, because technically, if we remove this and we add this to it, you can see that this is how far we got. Well, this is already how far we got right now, because this is what it looks now without, you know, the rocks. We're trying to get to the rocks, so we're gonna add the rock part to it. We need to fix the rock part. We're doing that right now. So yeah, I'm very happy how far I got, and I hope that the I hope that you all enjoyed for today, and thanks all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, I wish you all a lovely day, and bye.